Ayon sa post ng Enquirer.net, several lawmakers and local leaders have affirmed their solidarity behind House Speaker Martin Romualdez amid efforts to warrantless amnesty foiled by allegations regarding the People's Initiative to amend the 1987 Constitution. So ito nga ang topic natin ngayong araw na ito at nagkakagulong na nga rin din po sa Senado dahil dito daw sa PI na kung saan ay pinagkakaguluhan nila doon sa Senado. At tinatawag itong peking PI at tinawag din itong mabaho at peking PI. Marami din mga bashers na kung saan galit na galit sila dito, pero para sa akin gusto kong pasalamatan si House Speaker Martin Romualdez sa lahat ng mga tulong niya sa ating mga kapwa Pinoy sa taong bayan. Dahil si House Speaker Martin Romualdez hindi lang puro sabi-sabi kundi may aksyon. Kaya naman maraming salamat House Speaker Martin Romualdez sa lahat ng mga tulong mo sa ating mga kapwang Pinoy. At sana po marami pa po kayong matulungan lalo na sa mga taong nangangailangan. At alam naman ng Diyos kung gaano kakabuti sa ating taong bayan at marami ka nang natulungan sa ating taong bayan. Kaya mabuhay ka. God bless po sa iyo Mr. Speaker Martin Romualdez.
Yes, please, Mr. Oñate, please.
Madam Chair, if I may,
yeah,
just
I-
one quick.
I'm sorry, I think
I
Mr.
really want-
Oñate would like to reply, Attorney.
I had all intention of fulfilling what I said. I think I told you that we will submit the list of the donors with my lawyers. But you know, I obeyed what Senator Cheese mentioned here, that maybe you might want to consult your contributors, which I did. I did consult them over the last many days, and they didn't want to reveal their names. They didn't want their names divulged or revealed.
Yes, to reiterate the statement
The
of
reason
Senate...
that they gave me
Yes,
is
sorry.
that they are concerned with their privacy, they are concerned with their security.
But there's no issue of security or privacy. I think it's a matter of pride that as a committed citizen, you are advocating constitutional change. As Senator Cheese said, it should be an
Yes,
an
they
activity
are.
that you take pride in honoring.
They support constitutional change, but they are also concerned about their security and their privacy. And I think maybe they thought about it. Maybe they deemed it more important that their security, their privacy, and their family is higher than their concern about people's initiative.
Madam Chair.
Yes, Senator Antiveros, please.
Madam Chair, to what the Chair has said, kahit po lahat ng kandidato, kasama po tayo, pagkatapos ng bawat eleksyon, nagsusimite po tayo ng SOSE natin sa COMELEC din. And a people's initiative, if properly implemented, na yun pong tinatanong nitong ating investigasyon, ay isang katulad din na constitutional process. At kailangan may transparency and accountability yung nagsasagawa nito. Partikular sa advertisement na itinatanong natin na walang nagtanong kay Mr. Oñate noon, sila mismo nagsabi it cost 55 million pesos. So I would still insist, Madam Chair, dun sa request ng minority leader ko na ipinangako naman ni Mr. Oñate nung araw na yon, 2 weeks ago, na maisumite yung impormasyong yon sa komite. Perhaps, Madam Chair, upon the advice of our legal, the Chair could explore the issuance of a subpoena duces tecum, Madam Chair.
Since we had not received the required documents, the truth is that a subpoena has been issued by this committee of its own volition, and I assume that your lawyers are in receipt of the subpoena requiring the following documents. First, the actual cost of printing of the signature forms, as mentioned earlier, aforementioned as well, the list of donors and friends of Mr. Oñate, and the proof of payment of donor's tax, and finally, the invoice and official receipt for the payment of the advertisement et Subpoena. I think these were the requested documents in the subpoena that was served, I believe, last night. Is that correct, or last evening?
actually, I first received an invitation.
That's
I
right.
first received an invitation, and then late last night, I was informed by my lawyers that as an additional subpoena was also delivered to us. And I was just wondering how come there is a need for an additional subpoena when I was really gonna come here. I
There
really
was
gonna-
no confirmation from yourself, Mr. Oñate, or from your lawyers about your presence here this morning. And given the lateness of the submission and the continued delay, we felt it was incumbent upon the committee to issue a subpoena. And I believe that another motion is actually on the floor at the moment from Senator Ontiveros, similarly ordering subpoena.
Madam Chair, if I may. Madam Chair.
Yes po, and I think you had representation as well who were warned on February 2 in Davao. I believe Attorney Ryan and someone else, if I'm not mistaken, were actually in Davao. And again, the chair, who is not famous for patience, was very, very patiently reminding you time and again to please submit the requested documents.
Yes,
Yes.
Madam Chair. We
Attorney
confirm.
Alex, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We confirmed receipt of the subpoena duces tecum last night at around 7:30 p.m. And we filed our compliance this morning, Your Honors. And in our compliance, it
Are you
requires...
telling us that we're in fact already in receipt of the documents requested by Minority Leader Pimentel?
Some of the documents are there, Your Honor, and it requires an explanation. And Mr. Oñate would explain, as to the submission of the names of the contributors, he indeed sought the consent of his contributors, but unfortunately, they refused to allow him to divulge his names. And that's why Mr. Oñate was unable to continue, because what actually happened was, he was forced to return their contributions. And we attach in our compliance the withdrawal slips showing that Mr. Oñate withdrew some substantial amounts and returned the contributions of some of his friends, Your Honors. That's what happened.
Ang sinasabi mo, palibhasa hindi kayo makapag-produce ng mga donor, withdraw na lamang yung pera at sinoli na lang ng solo ni Mr.
Turn
Oñate.
their
Ganyan po ba
contributions,
yung nangyari?
Madam Senator.
Madam Chair.
Parang nalalabuan po ako. Ano
Madam
ba
Chair.
nangyari? Paliwanag po natin. Si Senator Binay mukhang nalilito rin po.
Hindi, Madam Chair, siguro magandang tanongin yung BIR. Sa ganitong transaction, wala pa ba yung BIR? Okay.
Madam Chair.
Yes po. I think there's a question muna. Mr. Oñate, tama po ba yung pagkaintindi namin na palibhasa wala yung mga donor o hindi kayo pinayagan na ibigay yung pangalan nila, sinagot na lang ninyo. So withdraw ninyo yung kalahati ng 55 at kayo na rin ang sumagot nun. Tama nga po ba?
Yes, that's what I did.